Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Thursday, day 4 in our holiday harmony series, and we'll get started just in about a minute, just allowing everyone to get signed into the Zoom, and then we'll get started. Okay, fantastic. I have set a timer, and so we have 20 minutes just for ourselves, just for us. So wherever you're at, whether you're at home, whether you're at work, perhaps you've joined from the car, it doesn't matter. Everything I go through today can be done in a chair here as I am, or we're going to do some things sitting on the floor. But as I say, anything you see me do on the floor can also be done in a chair if you don't want to sit in the floor of the space where you are at. So I just want to get started with us taking a few breaths. When I was with you on Tuesday, we did some mindful listening, and part of the reason for that was to help us settle our breathing and then focus, pay attention. And I realized that for some of us, it's really useful to have something to focus on when we're breathing. Sometimes when you try to sit and calm yourself down, it's hard, and your brain gets in the way. You know, it likes to interrupt. It's like a naughty 2-year-old, and tap, 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 play with me, engage with me, talk to me, I'm here, you know. And so what we're going to do today is an ocean breath. We're going to take breath with sound, because for some of us, having a sound to focus on really helps the brain to calm down a little bit more. It gives it something to tune into rather than just breathing. So I like to just sit comfortably in your chair. You might be sitting on the floor right now. That's absolutely fine. All that you really hope for here is that your spine is tall, sort of shoulders stacked over hips, draw your tummy in slightly, and be relaxed. Relax through the neck, the throat, the jaw, the upper body. And what we're going to try and do is breathe in through the nose. And if you just listen carefully as you breathe out, you're going to try and make what we'd call this ocean sound at the back of your throat. I'll come a little bit closer to the camera. So you breathe in and breathe out. So do you hear it's a little bit raspy? So I'm trying to draw the breath through my nostrils to the back of my throat. Listen again. So you don't want to force, we're not trying to, really force this sound. It's quite a gentle sound. You'll find it quite soothing, I think, but don't worry if it takes a few goes to get it, because it's something that doesn't come naturally to us to make noise with our breath. So we're just going to do this together and try and see if we can make some sound with our breath, meanwhile trying to maintain some calm and still within our body. Your eyes can be open or closed. If you keep your eyes open, I suggest dropping your gaze. And then let's just try and see if we can feel this ocean sounding breath. So inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Now what we hope is that it gets easier to make the sound. Breathe out. Try not to force it. Try not to tense the neck. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. So you're going to do 5 more on your own without me counting. Take your own time. Your eyes were closed, just open your eyes. And for a moment, just notice how you feel. Spare some thought as to, was that easy or challenging? Did you enjoy it or not enjoy it? No right or wrong answer. It's just exploring different strategies, some of which will resonate with you and make a really nice fit, and some of which you'll think, okay, but not for me. And that's a good thing, right? Experimenting is great. So now we're going to stand. I'm just going to move my chair out of the way. And we're going to try some movement. So this pose is called triangle pose. And as I was thinking about this, if you were with me on Tuesday, I was trying to align what we were doing with the time of year, the festive season, a time for a holiday, a time perhaps for family. So this is triangle. And once we get into it, we're going to see if we can find a festive spin to put on our triangle pose. So what you want to do is come into star pose. Star pose is where your legs are quite wide and your hands are also quite wide, yeah? So I'm stretching my fingers out wide, and right now both my toes are pointing towards you. And what I want you to do is take your right toe, which will be my left. So you're going to turn your right toe out and keep the left foot pointing exactly where it is. Now breathe in through your nose. And as you breathe out, what I want you to do is reach with your right hand. So you're trying to reach like you want to touch the other side of the room. I don't know what your space looks like, but I'm imagining you've walls around you. Even if you're in a car, there's an end to your space. Breathe out. Reach as far as you can. The hips are pushing backwards. The fingers are reaching forwards. Now breathe out, and you're going to drop your right hand towards your right knee, thigh, or shin. You can go lower, you can go higher, it doesn't matter. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Draw the tummy in slightly, keep pressing the hips back. Breathe in. And so I figured that because we're in the winter time of year, this is our snowflake pose. I feel like, you know, snowflakes have little imaginary edges on them as they fall towards the earth. Breathe in. So see if you can reach out, spread your snowflake, be as big through your feet and your fingers as you can, and out. I want you to see if you can lift up your kneecaps a little bit. If you feel this front leg gets tired, you can bend the knee slightly, but you'll find that drawing up the kneecaps will help support your legs. One more breath here. Breathe in and out. Now as you inhale, come back up. And as you exhale, turn your right toe in and release your hands down for a moment. Now it's quite challenging to keep the arms up that length of time, so I want you to take a couple of shoulder rolls backwards, just releasing any tension, and a couple of shoulder rolls forwards. And let's give snowflake a go on the other side and see how it feels. Breathe in, raise your arms. You want to reach out through the tips of your fingers. And as you breathe out, you're going to reach. I'm just going to turn a little bit. Your left toe turns out and your left fingers reach. And hold it here for a moment. So you're trying to reach through your fingers and press the hips back. Again, breathe in. And as you breathe out, drop your left hand somewhere on your left leg, and your right hand will raise up towards the ceiling as you feel all the edges, all the space in your snowflake. Let's stay for a few breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. If this front knee gets tired, just bend it a little bit. It's fine. Breathe out. Lift up your kneecaps. Feel your thigh muscles working. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now use your in-breath to lift up. Turn your toes forwards. And use your out-breath to release your hands. Take your time. Walk your feet back together. Roll your shoulders back. Roll your shoulders forward. And just notice how you feel. So I'm hoping that whatever space you're in, you can join me on the floor now. So I'm going to come to sitting on the floor. If you could all do the same, but also if you prefer to be in a chair, then please be in a chair. All of these exercises can be done sitting in a chair. You will just leave one knee bent and foot flat on the floor and do as I instruct with the other leg, and the arms will remain the same. So I'm sitting here with my legs straight out in front of me. If, excuse me, if you find that challenging, just bend your knees a little bit. So I'll turn slightly on the side so I think it's easier to see, either sitting up tall or stretching the feet out and pulling the toes back. Hands are by your side, lift up tall. I want you to gaze towards your toes, and we're going to take 3 nice, easy breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. This is often known as L pose, and when I do the full range of movement, you can see why. Keep looking at your toes. Breathe in, relax the shoulders, and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. So that just allows you to feel your body on the floor before we do anything. So what you're going to do is, if you're in the chair, left foot remains on the floor. If you're on the floor with me, the right foot is going to come in. So if you're in a chair, your foot will come up over the knee. If you're on the floor, you're going to bring your foot in towards your calf, your knee, or maybe you can bring it all the way in towards your thigh. So it doesn't matter where it goes, right? It's not important. And once again, we sit up nice and tall. So this is what we call seated tree. Maybe this is our Christmas tree, the mini Christmas tree that we keep in the hall. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to walk your hands down the length of your Christmas tree, right? Reaching down the trunk of the tree as far as you can go. Look towards your toes, and let's stay here for 3 breaths. Relax the shoulders, face, the neck. Now you might be more comfortable here. That's absolutely fine. You might also find that it's kinder on your legs to have this knee slightly bent. Also fine, doesn't matter. None of these poses were designed to look one specific way. We're all just taking variations that fit what meets our needs. One more breath. As you inhale, rise up. And as you exhale, release your right leg. And let's do exactly the same on the left. If you're in the chair, you want to try and bring your leg up above your knee, right? And you might have to hold your leg up to support it. If you're on the floor, ankle, calf, knee, or maybe all the way in. This is your little fir tree. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, start to walk your hands down the length of the leg to where feels comfortable for you. Remember, option to be here and stay up is fine. What's important here is you listen and notice what's happening in your body, and you keep breathing. Inhale to lift up, and exhale to release the legs. And again, if you don't want to stretch the legs, just bend them slightly. You can hold on behind your knees. You might find that that feels quite nice, or you could let the legs drop out to the side. But what we want to try and do while we're sitting on the floor is keep the spine as straight as we can. So we're going to try a seated twist now. So I want you to see if you can keep your left leg straight and bring your right leg in. So we're sitting here. Again, you can bend that leg out to the side if that feels more comfortable for you. Sit up tall. What you want to do is take your left arm and grab your right knee. So you might be here. You might be able to hook the elbow. You might want to use both hands just to get lifted. But you're going to try and lift up, and then you're going to turn and look over your right shoulder. So you're going to turn away from me. And when I was practicing this today, it made me think about tying a ribbon. I don't know about you, I love wrapping presents at any time of year, Christmas, holiday time especially. And I thought about the work I have to put in, you know, the dexterity it takes to tie a ribbon. It takes the same dexterity to be able to twist your spine and be settled and calm at the same time. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. What you want to think about doing is turning from your tummy button. So this twist comes from your navel. At any time, if you want to ease off, please do so. If you're in a chair, keep both feet on the floor and turn to one side, twisting, keeping the knees forward and staying there. Turn to the front, and as you exhale, release the leg either fully or partially. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Think about tying the ribbon. You have to take the ends, you straighten them out, you think about making the knot or the bow. You have to turn them around each other and then look over your shoulder. If you're in a chair, you want to twist now to the other side, keeping both feet firmly on the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Remember, if you want to soften this leg, that's absolutely fine. Think about turning from your tummy button. Breathe in and out. As you breathe in, turn towards the front. And as you breathe out, release your legs. Instead of coming back to the L position, I want you to come to sitting here with your hands behind your knees, typically known as boat pose. For us, for this time of year, this is your sleigh pose. So we're going to turn ourselves into Santa's sleigh. Lean back slightly, place your tiptoes on the floor and lift your feet up in the air. Draw your tummy in and breathe. Now the option here to get the full sleigh effect is to straighten your arms and maybe even straighten your legs, but not important. Wherever you go is just fine. Your sleigh is perfect. Whichever way you choose to hold it, breathe in and out. Remember, if you want, you can keep your tiptoes on the floor. Maybe you want to lift one leg and then switch. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Oh, this one's a hard one, hey? One more breath. In and out. Release your toes down to the floor. Hold on to the backs of the legs, sit up tall, and then allow your legs just to release down to the side. For a moment, take a breath in and out. In and out. So we're going to take some guided rest now. You can sit as I am. You can sit with your back against the wall, supporting your body, or sit in a chair. Or those of you who have the possibility to lie on the floor, please do. It's wonderful. Just a little space between the legs. Open the arms, palms up to the ceiling. If your lower back doesn't like to lie flat, then feet come in, knees come together, and feet stay wide. And we're just going to take a minute here. So I want you to relax your face. Relax your jaw. Your eyes. Relax your neck and your throat. Relax your right arm and your right hand. Relax your left arm, your left hand. Relax your abdomen and soften your lower back. Relax your right leg and your right foot. Relax your left leg and your left foot. Relax your whole body, but stay aware of your breath. Relax your whole body and just focus on your breath. So if it's time for you to return to wherever you were at before you joined us, then slowly and carefully open your eyes and bring yourself back to sitting if you were lying. If you have time to stay and rest a little bit longer, I recommend it. It's really good, very beneficial. Thank you so much for giving up some time for you today. And remember, if the holidays get a little bit challenging, you have a holiday sequence that you can tap into that will hopefully be quite restorative during this busy time. Erin is with you tomorrow for the last day in our Holiday Harmony series. I hope you can join her. And until then, take care, take self-care, and of course, toodle pip.